What's up, guys? Cindercoat Dub here, back with another If My Heart Had Wings video. We were right where we left off last time. Let's do this shit. By doing this, the pressure on the lower side is higher in comparison, and then the air lifts the wings up. The air lifts the wings up. It's a phenomenon that's hard to suddenly imagine. So that's Tortellini's theorem? Amane nodded as if to say yes. There's one more thing. The air flowing over the top of the wing bends downwards because of the wing's surface, causing downforce behind it. You know, I really love this synopsis of how an airplane flies, but we should move on. As she explains, Amane is drawing a cross-section of a wing. According to that, an airplane's wings are flat at the bottom and the top is shaped like a mountain, so it seems like it is semicircular. Apparently, the air on the upper side flows along the raised curved surface and then bends to flow downwards. As for the question of why the air flows along the raised surface, it can only be said that this is because of the phenomenon of farting in a glass jar and giving it to your grandma for her birthday. Or so it would seem. This downforce, according to Newton's third law, causes the same reaction on the wing, which lifts it in an upward direction. Yeah, and this chick's trying to tell me that she's fucking stupid at the beginning of all this. I'm not buying it. The reaction lifts up the wing? Basketball. When a heavy basketball hits the ground, doesn't it seem like it's floating weightlessly? It's the same as that. Does that mean that when the wing drops in the air, the reaction causes it to float? So when the lift exceeds the weight of the airplane can fly through the air. For example, it's the same for a jumbo passenger airliner with a total weight of several hundred tons. Theoretically, that may be so, but I still can imagine how enough lift could cause several hundred-ton airplane to take off would be created. However, airplanes do actually fly in the sky. What? Really? The main wings that create the lift are the parts necessary to make the airplane fly in the sky. I don't know if I understand or not. Being completely honest, I've spaced out this entire time and have not absorbed any of the information that I've been reading because this part is boring as fuck, but oh well. However, I understood that the main wings are the most important part. Oh, for fuck's sake! Next, there are the tailpipes, of which you shove suppositories up your butt when you are constipated. These are added to stabilize the position of the airplane while in midair. An airplane floats in midair, which is much more unstable than we humans are when we're standing on the ground. I mean, I would assume that. The one going straight up is the vertical tailplane. This stabilizes lateral movement. The ones extending out sideways, the same as the main wings, are the horizontal tailplanes. You know, this chick's pretty cute, but like for some reason, like Agaha just hits me, man. I don't know what it is. These move vertically, in other words, stabilizing the up and down movements of the nose. Without this, even a paper airplane won't fly straight. I mean, that is pretty true. You can get paper airplanes to fly straight, but that's only if you get extremely lucky. They usually like veer off in some random ass direction. I see, so that's why they have the small wings on the tail. Then there's the body. This doesn't have a direct relationship to flight. But if you don't have this, there's nowhere to attach the wings. Fair enough. And that is the basic form of an airplane. That hasn't changed since a long time ago, since the era of the Mario Brothers. Since that long ago? But the Wright brothers were the first people in the world to fly a plane, right? So nothing has changed since the very first one was made?
ライト兄弟は動力を積んだ飛行機で飛んだ最初の人たちだ。
The Wright brothers
ライ
were,
ダーは
oh,
それ以前から飛んでいたぞ。
the Wright brothers were the first to fly using powered flight. Gliders were being flown even before that. I actually didn't know that. That's very interesting. Yeah, I guess so. No, you didn't guess so. You didn't fucking know that. I always thought that the Wright brothers were the first to fly. Dude, Oi. My boy Oi needs to stop
翼の
lying.
役割を知りたければ、この紙飛行機で試してみるといい。
If you know the role of the wings, you should try it on this paper
例
airplane.
えば、そうだな。垂直尾翼を少し曲げて。
For example, for example, if you were to bend the vertical tail plane a little like this. Whoa. I've never seen such amazing modern day animation. The plane that Amane threw curved gently as it
さ
flew.
らに主翼のここの部分を少し曲げれば。
Also, if you curve this part of the main wings a little, I'm assuming she went to go get the plane. She made the left and right main wings so that they twisted at the back. Dude, holy fuck. These PowerPoint animations are fucking crazy. This time, the plane twisted as it flew. I wonder when we're going to be able to make our first decision in this game. It's been like, I don't remember what episode we're on. I think this is episode 11. We still haven't been able to make a decision, which is kind of weird. Hey, that's pretty interesting. Really, Oi? 'Cause I'm bored as fuck. Seeing this, Katori started to adjust the tail plan on her own paper airplane. Watch this! Full of confidence, Katori threw her paper airplane. Whoa! Ah. It did a beautiful loop-the-loop before landing. That's cool. It did a loop-the-loop. This paper airplane is really interesting. Katori and I both got really engrossed in adjusting the wings and playing around. Sometimes paper airplanes displayed some mid-air aerobatics, and other times it didn't fly at all and crashed into the ground. Just like my hopes and dreams. However, by trying it for ourselves, we were able to get a real understanding of the role of the wings. By just changing the shape of the wings a little, you can make them fly in many different
実
ways.
際の飛行機には補助翼などの小さな翼がついている。それらを調節することで機体を操作するんだ。
Actual airplanes have many smaller wings, such as ailerons. Ailerons, yeah, I think I got that right. The aircraft is controlled by adjusting them. As she explained, Amane moved to the side of the garage. I think I know what she's talking about. It's like those little flappies on like the wing. Them she lovingly laid her hand on the glider. Then
このグライダーにはエンジンはついていない。
this glider doesn't have an
紙
engine.
飛行機を大きく頑丈にしてコックピットを取り付けただけのものなんだ。
It is a bigger and more robust paper airplane. The only thing that has been added is the cockpit. Katori and I looked at the paper airplanes in our hands. I imagine riding it and flying through the sky. This is just like the fantasies I envisioned as a kid. The glider in front of me was the real thing. You know, I don't know what like visions you were having as a kid, but like when I was a kid, I was just interested in like trading Yu-Gi-Oh cards and like I don't even know what the fuck I did as a kid. I just kind of like played video games.
どうだ？作れそうな気がしてきただろ？
How about it? You just felt like you could make one, didn't you? But it doesn't have an engine. How does it fly? You get a big rubber band and pull it back as hard as you can. Paraplanes gain thrust by being thrown by people, by riding the wind. Both I and Katori gaze at the white aircraft. Like, okay. They had a chance to just say both Katori and I and actually get the translation and grammar correct. However, they took the correct form that you were supposed to use and then fucking flipped it around and made it wrong. That day, we saw this flying from Windmill Hill, riding the wind. That expression expresses it so perfectly, the way it flew so smoothly and calmly. Riding the wind. Amane nods happily.
そして上昇気流に乗ってどこまでも舞い上がる。
Then, by riding rising air currents, you can fly anywhere. That's kind of sketchy, because what if you get into an area that, like, doesn't have any wind? Or maybe there's always wind, I'm not sure. Someone who's an expert on this would probably have to fill me in, but, like, what if you just, like, kind of are forced to land in an area? I mean, like, you don't have an engine. I guess, like, the same thing would happen if you ran out of gas, but that's much less inconsistent than, you know, relying on wind.
どこまでも？
Anywhere?
あ、
Yes.
雲の上
You
で
can even dive bomb straight into Satan's asshole. Above the clouds. Katori looked at the aircraft with an expression of disbelief. I also couldn't imagine that this thing flying... I also couldn't imagine that this thing... What the f... Dude, come on. Have you been there? Above the clouds? Well, that's, Suddenly, her mood drops. Uh-oh.
組み上がったのがついこの間で、ようやくテストフライトにこぎつけたんだが。
I only put it together recently, and finally took it out on a test flight.
あの時だ。
It was that time! Ah! Katori and I react by exchanging glances. Seems Katori and I are doing some bonding here.
途中で主翼が折れてしまった。
The wings weren't strong enough and snapped halfway through. Holy fucking scariness. Huh? So, you mean...
危ないところだった。もし完全に折れていたら湖に落ちて死んでいたかもな。
Yeah, it was pretty dangerous. If they had broken completely, I might have fallen to my death in the lake. She laughed as she spoke. That's kind of...
また作り直さないといけない。私は手先があまり器用じゃないからな。
I have to rebuild them. It's because I'm not so good with my hands, and Katori's not so good with her legs, but she manages to go around.
それと一部のケーキが故障してるのも分かったんだが、代わりの部品が手に入らなくて困っている。
Also, I know some of the instruments are broken, but I'm having trouble getting my hands on the parts. Go slay 5 young wolves and bring me back 5 airplane parts.
自分で作っちゃえばいいんじゃないの?
Why don't you make them yourself? Katori said that so easily. At a school where things like this are taught, they all have the equipment you need to make anything, from a screw to an aircraft.
そうもいかなくてな。
That's no good either. Amane, with a troubled look on her face, took some broken parts from a
ダ
drawer.
イヤフラムといって大気速度計に組み込まれている部品なんだが。
The diaphragm is one of the parts used to make the airspeed
特注
controller.
品でこれを作った工場がとっくの昔に潰れてしまっているんだ。
This is a special order, and the factory where this was shut down a long time ago. Katori and I gazed at the parts in the palm of Amane's hand. It certainly looks like it wouldn't be easy to make. If that's the kind of thing that can be made in the town factory, there might be something that can be done about it. Amane's eyes light up as I quietly mumble, "Really?" Well, I don't know until I ask, but I know someone like that.
それがないと本当に困るんだ。
Please, if I don't have this, I'll be in a real fix. That's ironic, because we need to fix this part, and she said she'll be in a fix if we don't fix it. Huh? Okay, I'll try asking him next time I see him. Can I borrow this?
ありがとう。君に救われるのはこれで3度目だ。
Thank you. This will be the 3rd time you've saved me. And after I fall madly in love with you, it will be the 4th time. Oh, for fuck's sake! Did we just get hugged? Whoosh. Whoa! Suddenly, she gives me a full-on hug, and we're even cheek to cheek. Are we talking like butt cheek to butt cheek? Are we having like a butt cheek off?
ありがとう。ありがとう。
Thank you. Thank you. You can thank me once I've actually got it.
そういえばそうだったな。でもご飯のお礼も兼ねているんだ。
Oh, yes. I guess you're right. But this includes thanks for
だか
lunch.
らもう一回感謝の気持ちを表させてくれ。
So let me express my thanks one more time. Alright, I'm expecting the floosh this time. No, that's enough, seriously. Really? Damn, oi. Katori was sullenly glaring at me. I wonder if this will really fly. Katori and I both gazed at the glider with the same look on our
ところ
faces.
で君たち、
By the way, you two...
もしグライダーに興味があるのなら、その
If you're interested in gliders, The bell rings, interrupting Amane. She was gonna ask us to join the glider club. This is very anime-esque. Like, as soon as something that, like, would actually progress the plot happens, like, some stupid event happens, then they add 95 filler episodes where they all go to the beach and, like, take a dump in a crab nest. If we're interested, what is it?
いやいいんだ。忘れてくれ。
No, it's nothing. Forget about it. Why is this such a big deal to invite us to the club? At least that's what I'm guessing. I don't know if I'm right. Somehow it seems she's avoiding something. Fuck, I only have 10 seconds. As always, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Leave a like or dislike so I know how I did. This has been If My Heart Have Wings, and I'm Cindercoat Dub. Everyone have a fantastic night. See ya.